Hey guys, it's Electronic SWAT and we're back with another video. So in this video we're gonna be talking a different video. It's not gonna be about the gaming, it's a different type of video. So in this video we're going to be talking about a horror story of back back then in Mexico. Well, when I lived there, well, I didn't live there, just visit there, and I visited there like I said, and a lot of things happen, like a lot of crazy things happen. And before I tell you my experience, my experience and my honest experience, because she's the one who experienced the most than me. Before we jump to it, first I'm gonna be telling you the story, um, who's this story is going to be about. So this story is going to be about, I don't know if you heard La Llorona, like the weepy moment, some of them call them, whatever. So so it's about the story about a beautiful woman who fell in love with this man, Spanish, or I don't really know the legend. So later back then, the lady gets pregnant and she has three kids. I don't know if they're sons, daughters, I don't know. So like I said, so she gets pregnant and she gives birth to three children. And then later, when the kids grow, then the lady gets suspicious of her husband because her husband is not. She doesn't even pay attention to her, and then that's what the lady gets. Kind of like, hey, like, why you not looking at me? She was like, kind of like that, and before like that, and what else I remember? Yeah, I read the story, but I keep forgetting. So she decided to spy on him. Like, why was he refusing, marriage and stuff? I don't know if they're married or not, but I don't know. So let's continue. So she finds out that he was cheating with another woman, and then the lady gets so angry and really hatred. So she wanted to get revenge on him. So later, well, cause, I don't know. This story of the meth is gonna be different than other countries. Like, I know some countries said that she went to the house, took the children, and drowned them. And different stories said, I don't know, different types that she lived in the house and she murdered them. I don't know. But in this story, of my story that I read, in the story says that she went back home, get the dagger, and something to stab with him. So she went to the church where the husband was getting married, and then she entered to the church, and then and sneaked inside. After the wedding was over, as she was getting close to him, in that moment, she stabbed him in the heart. And then she ran as fast as she can, and then the crowd was like, "Oh, what happened? What happened? The groom died. He got stabbed by a dagger." And then this woman, and she ran away. Blah 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 blah. So as she ran away, she was still feeling the hatred. And then she ended up taking her child to the woods, and then took it to the river, and then she ended up drowning them. And after she drowned them, she began to regret what she have done. But she was starting to cry and hurting, like not hurting herself. She was starting to cry. Why was she done that? Like she regretted, like she really regretted. And then she heard some voices coming outside the woods, and there were some men and women with they have shovels on fire. I don't know what they had, but they found out that she murdered the husband at the church. So she ended up, and that time she ended up suicide. She committed suicide, like she stabbed herself. And after that, she went up to God, and then she was about to enter heaven, but God told her that she cannot go into heaven because she has to find the children first in order to go to heaven. So she went back to earth and looked for all the children around the streets, and she's crying like mis hijos and all that type of stuff. And yeah, so a lot of people been saying like, hey, I keep hearing her on the streets, and her cries are so terrifying that I'm about to die, and yes, blah 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 blah. That's what people are saying about. So I mean, like, it's but there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. So that's the story that I know so far. And then I'm gonna tell you what I experienced and what my own experience. So I'm gonna tell you what I experienced. So when my first time when I heard her, I have not seen her. I have not like physical, had not seen her, and so I remember that night I was like around. It was like around 6 years old, 7. I don't really remember. So when I was sleeping on my bed, and I was sleeping alone, and then my mom, she was sleeping to another room, and it was like around 1 a.m. in the morning, and then like I was like dead asleep, and then I woke up, and then I went to go use the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom. I did what I had to do, and then I got out of the bathroom, and then I went inside my room. In that moment, that's when I heard the cries of her, and then she was freaking me out. Like, I was getting fucking scared, and then that time I was so scared that I went straight to bed. Well, not to my bed, I went straight to my mom's room because I was scared. I was scared. And then I just jumped in the bed and covered my whole face with a blanket. And then my mom, she did not even feel that I was on her bed. She was so asleep and so tired because she was going to work every day, and she always gets tired. She didn't even feel nothing. That was jumping on the bed, and so yeah. And I was so scared, and I was starting to pray to God. Like, I was like, God, help me. I was doing the Hail Mary, all type of stuff. And yeah, I was so scared. Like, I feel like my heart was like, oh crap, no, it was so scary. So that's my experience. My experience, what I went through. And I'm gonna tell you about my aunt. So when I was like around 10, my aunt, like, I live in the house with my aunt, and also my mom, she was living there too. And when, like, we didn't actually live there, we just visit there, and then we just stay there for the night. And yeah, anyways, so one night, everyone was sleeping. It was like at 3 a.m. So we were all sleeping, yeah, and then we were sitting peacefully until somebody knocked on the door that me and my mom were sleeping. And then my mom, she was like, who is knocking at this hour? And then I just walked up and was like, who is this? Like, I didn't say it, I was like thinking it. So my mom, she turned on the lights and she opened the door, and she saw mom. She was like, her whole body, she was so freaked out, like freaked out. Like, she was so scared, like she couldn't believe it. And then my mom, she was like, what's wrong with you, mija? Like, come on, tell me what's wrong with you. Why you acting like this? Hey, have you heard the lady crying outside the street? And then my mom said, no, I have not heard nothing. I was sleeping. And I was like, uh-oh, she heard her. You know who was the weeping woman. And then my mom asked me, hey, have you heard the lady crying outside? And I'm like, no. And that's when I said, it might be La Llorona who was crying. And then my aunt agreed with me. She was like, I think it is, because she was crying, like her cries were so scary and she was hurt, full of hatred. That's what she said. She said that she just went close to her door. She was like crying really bad. That she was so scared. And then she said after she heard her, she went over there at my neighbor on the next block, and then the crying was like getting loud and loud and loud. And I was like, that was weird. And after the cry was not heard, mom, that's when she came back upstairs and knocked on the door and then tell us that she heard the lady, blah blah blah. And then after that she went back. She went to sleep and she began to pray. She was doing the hair mask, what I was doing, and yeah, and then that's what I remember. Like I remember. So so that's the whole experience that me and mom we experienced. So you're gonna, it's okay. So you guys are gonna be like, why do you say that if she's far away you can hear her close? Okay, that's not what I came up with. That's what my friends, my other people say, that if you hear her close, that means she's really far. If you hear her far, then that means she's close. That's what people say. And I don't know if that's true. And so last year, like a year ago, I went to Mexico, and then yeah, so it's gonna be another story. Now I'm telling you now, like I said, I was gonna tell 2 stories, but I just came out right now with another story. Well, not another story. It's gonna be like it's like proving that she's real. And last year I went to Mexico and went visit my aunt. And then I told my aunt if she heard the weeping woman, and then she said yes. They have. Everyone in the neighborhood had. They were scared, and it was so creepy, like so creepy. And then they told me that they have seen her. They said that she wears a white dress. She has black hair, and you cannot see her face because the whole hair covers her face. And that's what they say. And well, that's what my aunt said and my cousin said, because one time we were at the church. Yeah, this is another story I'm about to tell this time, like for real. She said that we were at the church, and I was inside the church taking care of my sister, and then my mom, she was outside selling some snacks outside, and then I was in church taking care of my sister. And then I heard my cousin outside. She said that she saw a lady across the street. That she crossed the street, but she didn't. She was so far away. It was like 500 feet away from the church and from her. They seen the woman crossing the street again. Like I said again. They said like she wears white dress and her hair is black. You cannot see her face. And then she was like sad. Her face was looking down. She was not even looking up. That's what she said. And then she was like crying, like, oh, like I can't make her cry because I cause I'm a man. I don't know how to like cry like as a woman. So yeah. So and back to the story. So she said that she saw her crossing, and then she did not even say nothing. Like she did not even look up. She did not turn around. She just walked and walked and walked. And I was like, pretty interesting and scary. So that's what I remember. I know these are short stories, and you're gonna be like, that's the story that you know how to talk about. Yes, because this happened like years ago, and I don't really remember. So, like I say again, these stories that I experienced are real, and she's real, like like many of my family heard her crying, and they were freaked out. And that will be the end of this video. So, which I mean, like that will be all. If you like this video, and you want to hear no more paranormal stories, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up, and yeah, and bye. I'll see you next time.